Hello. I haven't done a video in a while. It's been about 6 months since my last video, which I think was the recording an entire song on an iPhone video. I got a little bit caught up in life. This last video that I filmed footage and audio for, which happens to be the video you're watching right now on 9 different Marshall amps, really burned me out back in November, so I stepped away and kind of focused on other stuff for a while. All of my bands decided to write and record new music at the same time. Been working full time, just doing normal human stuff. But I'm back now, ready to put this video out. This was something that I was really excited to do. I had a really cool opportunity where I got 9 different Marshall amps in the same room at the same time. I'm a huge Marshall guy. JCM 800 might be my favorite amp of all time. I love the 2203, 2204 sound. I've had a lot of them. They used to be more reasonably priced than they are now. You could pick them up back in the day for $1,000, $1,200, $1,400, and then COVID hit and prices kind of skyrocketed on JCM 800s, much like it did gear in general. I've always loved Marshalls, and to have 9 different Marshall amps in the same room at the same time, ranging from old super leads from the 70s all the way to more modern Marshall flavors, was a really cool experience. An experience that I probably would not have had without some good friends and even a stranger. My buddy Forrest, at this point basically lifelong friend, let me borrow his old 70s Marshall super lead. Killer amp, his JCM 2000 DSL 100, really good Swiss Army knife amp, and my buddy and bandmate Reeser let me borrow his 80s JCM 800 2210, which, if you're one of those trolls on the internet shitting on 2205 2210s, shut up. Those amps are awesome. People complain about clipping diodes and whatnot. You throw a ST1 or a TS9 in front of your Marshall most of the time anyway, so I don't know what you're complaining about. Those amps rule. You're going to hear that in this video. Reeser also let me borrow his 2203X, which is the JCM 800 2203 reissue. Great sounding amp, as well as his more modern DSL 100H. And as far as the Silver Jubilee you're going to see in this video, that amp was kind of unobtainium for me for a long time. That is an all-original 1987 Silver Jubilee 2555, and I actually stumbled across that on Marketplace. A gentleman here in Dallas was selling that amp, and I did what I do, and I hit him up with some trades to see if I could get my hands on that amp. He wasn't into trades, but I told him what I was planning to do video-wise, and he was like, come pick it up, borrow it. Sounds like a cool idea. That guy's name is Dave, and Dave's awesome. Drove to his house. I gave him my VHT Pitbull as collateral. I took the 2555 for a few days. He also sent me off with a JCM 900 Mark III, which, again, as you're going to hear, is a really cool amp. I've owned the SLX JCM 900s a couple times. Love those amps. I've played through dual reverbs. The JCM 900 Mark III really is something special. It's pretty cool. It's got its own thing going on. Yeah, big shout out to Dave for letting a complete stranger borrow an amp. I'm going to play through all of these. You'll see on the screen when and if I'm boosting the amps. And if I am boosting the amps, the pedal will be on the screen as well, indicating what I'm boosting them with. Everything you're going to hear was recorded with my 1996 Gibson Gold Top Les Paul Classic, which is right over here, over my shoulder. I've had that guitar for a long time. It's my favorite guitar of all time. In the bridge, I have an Obsidian Coilworks Wild Child pickup. Fantastic pickup. Obsidian operates here out of Dallas. It's my buddy Rick. He's got a couple different flavor pickups, neck and bridge humbuckers. He's very good at what he does. I can't recommend them enough. It's just all clarity. There's no mud. Really, they're probably the best sounding pickups I've heard or played. And I'm not just saying that. I pay full price for these pickups. I don't get the homie hookup. So I'm genuinely recommending you check out Obsidian Coilworks and grab yourself a Wild Child, a Manicore, one of his models. Fantastic pickups. I also recorded everything you're going to hear through an old PV cab that I have that's loaded with old Celestion K85s. That's my favorite speaker. Through a SM57, and that's what you're going to hear. So I use my favorite guitar, my favorite pickups, with my favorite speaker. Kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity getting to play all 9 of these Marshalls that you're going to see. You'll also see my old 2204 in that video. I unfortunately don't have that amp anymore. I drove all the way to Arizona on Thanksgiving Day to trade that amp, and that was a crazy adventure. I should probably make a video about that. But anyway, I don't think a video like this exists on YouTube. If it does, I haven't seen it. I would love to. This is the kind of content I would want to see, and that's why I'm doing this. So yeah, enjoy. If you're a Marshall fanboy like I am, this is probably the video for you. As far as the future of this channel goes, back in the swing of things, gonna start shooting out amps again, showing you cool stuff. Might do some pickup reviews, some highlights of guitars that I've got, just anything that really comes through my hands I'd like to start documenting. So yeah, thanks for checking this out. If you haven't, like and subscribe. Appreciate it.